Welcome to day 5 of our 10-day challenge. Can you believe it's the halfway point already? I hope you've been managing to do something every day with me. Today we're going to be doing some work on the floor. You can see I've got no extra weights or anything with me today. So all you need, if you need anything for the back of your head to be lying down on, please grab a cushion. But otherwise we're going to get ourselves started. So we're going to start on our hands and knees. If you come down onto your mat, come into a hands and knees position. So we just want to make sure we've got a really good 4-point position. We want to make sure that our shoulders are over our wrists, that our knees are over our hips, and that we've got a really good pulling up position through our abdominals, nice long line through our necks. We're going to go into a cat-cow to begin with. So I just want you to take a deep breath in. We're going to just drop our chin to our chest, shoulders will come up and we'll tuck our tailbone down, reaching up with those shoulders and abdominals pull upwards. And then we're going to exhale as we come out and down. Tailbones go up to the ceiling as our foreheads reach up into our cow position. Take a deep breath in. Let's go back through to that angry cat position. So reach through those arms. Allow your tailbone to drop as our shoulders come up, pull up through those abdominals. Exhaling, let's mobilize ourselves through and down. Good. Let's do 2 more, 1 more in each way. Exhale as we come up, reaching through those arms. Coming up into that lovely angry cat position. And then let's take ourselves back in the other way and have a lovely extension and arch through that spine. Take a deep breath here, come back to the top into neutral. So that means flat back, reaching through those arms. We're going to push ourselves back into child's pose. I want you to push backwards so your bottoms go towards your heels. Once we get to our heels or closest to them, I want you to then drop your chin to chest, roll your shoulders up. We're going to go into that angry cat position as we come back over so that our shoulders come directly over our wrists again. And then we come back to neutral, come back to the center. Good, take a breath. Exhale, push backwards. Flat back as we go back, tailbone goes towards our heels, reaching away with our arms. Chin starts to drop towards our chest. Scoop up, pulling in through those abdominals as our shoulders reach up to the ceiling, tailbones go down and away. And then we come back up to neutral. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, pushing backwards into our heels with our tailbones, reaching away, reaching up with those shoulders. We're really mobilizing through our abdominals and through our spines just to get ourselves started today. Great, come back into center. Now we're going to do a figure of 8. So I want you to go from this neutral position, push your hips back out to the left, circling down in a diagonal, reaching forwards with those arms. We're going to now scoop around, figure 8 at the bottom, going towards our right, and then we're going to come up and over in a diagonal over our left hand, coming up and around and go back to the start. And then we circle the other over to the other arm, push back with your hips in the diagonal going down, drawing a figure of 8 with our hips and going through our body as we come back up, and then our head circles around. We're going to do 1 more in this direction. Exhale. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time just to get your body coordinating this. So remember, coming around, circling our hips around at the bottom, coming up and over and around at the top, and we want to stay in center position because we're going to go in the other direction. So this time we're going to drop our hip out to the right, around we go, circling around. Then we come up diagonally over our right side, coming forwards all the way around, and then we go back again down towards our hip. As we come down, we're circling around, and as we come back forward, we're pulling in through those abdominals the whole time. We want to have a nice flow motion as we do this, just activating, opening out through our thoracic spine, shoulders, working through as we come around and up and come back to center. Lovely. We're going to go back into child's pose in a normal way this time. So let's go back into child's pose, reach forward with those arms, take a deep breath in, stretching forwards, coming off those wrists. If you need to do a little rotation through them, do. Nice stretch. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do some work on our right side. We're going to actually start off doing a Superman. We're going to Superman leg to begin with rather than both arm and leg, so we can get our balancing position. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, right leg is going to go back into a nice long line. Point your toe, reach through those arms, tummies are pulled in, extend that leg away to hip height, and then you're going to bring that leg in. Try and just not drop it to the floor, hover it and then extend away. Good, breathe. As we come back in, We take a breath in, exhale as we take it out. Keep pulling in through those abdominals. Try and keep as balanced as you can as you come in and out. Now we're going to add the arms. So we're going to come in. This time let's take that arm out. So we drag that hand along the floor, up, and then come back down. Now if you want to tap your knee, you can. Exhale as you go, and you can see that your balance will go. Mine just almost went a little bit. I had to keep pulling up through my abdominals to keep my foot to the floor. Keep that balance going as we extend away. Squeeze your glute. Try and keep your back as stable as you can. Coming back in. We're going to do 2 more. Breathe. Extend away. Good. Coming back in. Last one. Extend away. Good. Hand to floor. Knee to floor. And just take a little pause. Great job, well done. Now we're going to also do a wag the tail, so both hands will stay on the floor. We're going to take our right leg back, so same leg that we've just been using, hip height. We're going to take it across our standing leg, and we're going to look over our leg and back to our back leg, and then we're going to bring it all the way around, and we're going to look around at the other side. Now the main aim is to keep your body as stable as possible, still everything parallel to the floor as you look over one side and take your leg across. Now our legs weigh a lot, so we have to really squeeze through that glute, squeeze up through our abdominals to control this move, and then back around. Good, take a breath. Well done, and again, squeeze across. Good, mobilizing through our bodies. Well done. One more in each direction. Good job, back to center. Lovely, and back, knee comes down, knee to floor, and then reach back into child's pose, and let's come off those wrists. Well done. Take a breather, stretching backwards, rotating your wrists to get that circulation going, then have a nice stretch forwards. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring our hands back to center. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side. We'll start with our Superman with leg only. Here we go. Exhale as we extend away. Inhale as we return. So just try to make sure everything isn't wobbling. We want everything to just stay nice and long and toned as we come back in. Exhale as we go out and coming back in. We've got one more and then we'll add our arm in. Okay, so take that leg out and then bring it in. Good. Let's take the arm out this time. So opposite arm with the opposite leg. Good. Bring it in. If you want to tap your knee, you can, or hand to floor. Exhale as you extend. Inhale as you come back. Exhale, extend. Inhale, back. We're going to do 2 more. Out we go. Good. Coming back in. Last one. Extend away. And coming back in. Lovely. Knee to floor, hand to floor. Find that nice center balance. Same leg, we're going to take that leg back into a wag the tail, so extend it away. We're going to take it across our standing leg, open out, and then look on the other side. Good. Again, so this is your left side, and you may find one side is easier than the other. We're going to try not to let that leg drop as it goes across. It's very easy to just let that leg drop. Try not to, if you can. Keep that leg as raised as you can. If you can't get it to hip height, that's okay. Just find where that level is for you. As we rotate across again. Good. Working through our glutes. Making sure we're not letting our backs change position. Squeeze those glutes. Pull up through those abdominals. Out we go. Lovely. We're going to do 1 more on each side. Good, last one. Well done, back to center. Knee comes back in, lovely. Let's go into child's pose, great job. Reach away, come off those wrists. Well done. Let's go into a seated position. All right, going to do a little bit of half roll back. Lovely. So just making sure that everything is pulled in, seated nice and tall. We want to stack those shoulders over our hips, everything in a nice alignment, okay? Shoulders are away from our ears. We're going to start off with a little rotation today, so our canoe. Link those sort of like the tops of your fingers together. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to come back, half roll back, so we're scooping in as we come down, and as we do, we're going to just rotate around as if we're rowing a boat or canoeing down a river. Around we go. And then as we come up, we're going to actually do that lovely little circle. And circle, take a breath. Exhale, we're going to lower ourselves down. Now remember, we're scooping in and going back. And then we're coming back to the top in a nice flow motion. Good, breathe as we come down. Looking over your hands and your shoulders as you go. And then scoot back. Now try and make sure that those legs aren't changing positions, that they're not knocking in and out, that they are staying in parallel, and that all the work is being done through your waist and through your arms. Good, coming up. We've got 2 more to go. Down we go. Breathe. And do this in your own time. Good. Coming back up. Lovely, last one. Around we go. So we're really working our obliques when we're doing this. Looking over that shoulder as we come back. Lovely. And come back to centre. Great job. Let's just let those legs go for a second. Excuse me, so sorry. Let's bring those feet back into our seated position. All right, so let's just take our arms forward. We're going to just rotate our palms to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. As we lower ourselves down into our half roll back, so remember pushing your back in towards your navel, in towards your spine. We're going to open our arms out, keeping as if we've got big plates of cookies on our hands, and we want to make sure that they don't rock and roll, okay? So we want to just take them out and in and back to center. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, lowering down. Chin comes to chest, shoulders come forward. We're going to hold, opening out. I've got a softened elbow. We're not going all the way out to 180 degrees with both arms. You want to do it so that those plates can stay in that nice position, okay? So we don't want to rock and roll them. Good, come back to center. And then scoop and raise up. Again, exhale, lower. Out we come. Back to center. And up. Again, down we come. Out we go. Back to center. And up. As we go down on this next one, let's hold it down. We're going to open out, and we're just going to do a little pulse with those arms for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those arms in, scoop it up. Well done. Let's let those legs go. You'll be feeling a little bit through, especially through these hip flexors here. And we've activated through our abdominals nicely just then. And we're just going to carry on with a little bit more activation through those abdominals. We're going to do a supine plank, which is an inverted plank position. Your hands can either come parallel to your mat or out to the side. You choose what feels right for you. We're going to just be lifting our hips into a tabletop position, and you want to keep your chin in towards your chest. You don't want to let your head go backwards, okay, because our heads are very heavy. So let's take a breath, push your weight through your feet, lift your hips up, and we're going to come up into a tabletop position. So as you notice, I don't want you to let your head go back. You want to keep your chin in, so you're still looking up at the ceiling, but your forehead isn't going back too far. And then we're going to lower ourselves down. Now, a lot of people find this difficult through their shoulders and also sometimes through their elbows and wrists, but let's just see what we can do. Exhale, raise up, lifting up. Inhale, lowering down with control. We're going to just tap our bottoms, and then we're going to scoop back up again. Good, breathe. And you have to really squeeze your glutes to try and get that tabletop position. We're really opening out through our shoulders, so it's a very good postural correction as well doing this. Good. But as I say, sometimes it can feel a bit uncomfortable, so just work to a level that feels right for you. Squeeze and raise. Lowering down with control. Don't let your bottoms just drop, okay? We've got 2 more to go. Squeeze and raise. And lower down. Well done. Up we go. And lowering down. Well done. All right. We're going to just come off our wrists. Let's just rotate those a little bit as we go. We're going to just hold on to the backs of our knees. We're just going to scoot back down to the floor. Bring your knees into your chest and have a little rock. We just want to imprint that spine a little bit. Make sure that we've got a nice massage for our back. And we're going to do a hip circle. So we're just going to put our feet to the floor. You have a choice of keeping your standing leg bent. So I'm going to take out my right leg up to the ceiling, or you can stretch out your standing leg. Now the idea is to not let these hips rock and roll. So if you feel that you're rocking as you take your leg around in a circle, If you feel that you're rocking too much, then please keep your leg in standing mode. Otherwise, you can put your leg down to the floor. Let's take a deep breath in. Shoulders are pressing into the floor. We can feel that we want to push our abdominals down to the floor as our leg is raised. You can have a softened knee if you want to, but if you can have a straight leg, toes pointing up to the ceiling, we're going to circle out, around, and back to the top. Now, if you've got your leg bent, you're going to circle out and then come back up in a more of a straight line to the top, okay? Exhale as we come out, around. Press your backs into the floor as much as you can and to the top. Again, circling out, around, and back to the top. Breathe, circle out, around, and back to the top. We're going to go in the other direction. Opening out, around. Good. Back to the top. Well done. Again, out, around, back to the top. 2 more. Out, around. So really opening out through these hips. Last one, keeping everything stable, pressing into the floor, making sure everything's parallel to the ceiling. Well done. Bend that leg, put that foot to the floor. Other leg comes up. Again, either bent or long. You take a breath. Shoulders are into the floor, resting your arms nicely next to you. Off we go. Circling out, around, and to the top. Good. Now the circle doesn't need to be as big as I'm making it. You can have a smaller circle, more like a saucer or a dinner plate on the ceiling. And the idea is to almost like have that circle so that you can see that you've got a really nice round position with that leg as it goes around, opening out through the hip. One more in this direction. Out we go, around, and back to centre. Let's go the other direction. Around and circle around and come back up. Again, down, around, circle up. 2 more, around. Good. Keeping everything centred, pulling in and drawing down with those ribs as we come up. Well done. Hold there. Bend your leg, bring the other leg in, and let's have a little rock from side to side. Great job. Now we are going to turn ourselves onto our tummies and we're going to do a little bit of extension work. So let's just roll ourselves into seated and then we're going to turn ourselves over onto our tummies. Good. And what I want you to do initially is just take yourselves down. Hands come on either side of your head. Your forehead is facing towards the floor. Now you can have a choice of keeping your shoulders and your body into the floor, or you can raise it up. I'm going to do it with a raised torso, but let's take a deep breath in. We're actually going to push our hips and our pubic bone into the floor. We're going to keep our foreheads facing the floor. We're going to push our abdominals up to our spine as we squeeze our glutes, raising up. We're going to squeeze back those shoulder blades, back to centre, and lower down as our first option. Now then, if you want to keep your forehead on the floor and do the same thing, I'll just show you. You're coming up with your arms, you're going to squeeze back with your shoulder blades, come back to centre and lower. You choose which one you prefer. Exhale, coming up, squeeze back, back to centre and lower. 1 more. Up we go, squeeze back, back to centre and lower. This time we're going to add in a little bit of a dart. So we're going to raise ourselves up, squeeze back, rotate your palms back, lift up a little bit more, lower down as we bring our arms back to centre and lower down to starting point. Take a breath. Remember to squeeze your glutes, push your hips into the floor. Exhale, coming up. Let's squeeze back those shoulder blades to begin with. Then we're circling out, palms face each other, and then we're raising up a little bit more, lowering down as we start to come back to the start and then lower to the floor. Good, we're going to do 1 more of these. Take a breath. Exhale, push those hips into the floor, squeezing back, rotate. Well done. Lifting up a little bit more. Then we're going to come back to centre and lower down. Well done. Let's put our hands underneath our foreheads. Little rock with your hips. Well done. We're going to just do a little bit of legs just to finish ourselves off. So we're going to just take our legs and squeeze them and take them up and up from your hips all the way through your toes. Nice long line, raise up, squeezing those glutes, and then slowly lower them back down. Well done, let's do that again. Exhale, squeeze your glutes, push your hips into the floor, abdominals are pulled up, and lowering back down. Well done. 2 more of these. Exhale, coming up, squeeze. Well done. Always use your glutes to squeeze and raise, and lower down with control. One more, squeeze and raise. Good. And slowly lower back down. Well done. All right, we're going to squeeze and raise. We're going to hold them up, and we're going to do a little beat in and out. So we're going to beat them in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower them back down. Great job. All right, let's get our hands back towards our chests. We're going to keep our legs in hip distance apart. We're going to push back. Let's go back into child's pose. Have a lovely stretch. I'm just going to bring my knees in a little bit. Coming back into child's pose, reach away. A little rock with your shoulders and your hips. Well done. Coming back up to the start. And there we go. That is your day 5 done. I hope you enjoyed that. Looking forward to day 6. I hope you're going to join me tomorrow. Make sure you find that time in the day, and I'll see you tomorrow.